Now that we know about the Koinobori kites that the Japanese fly on May 5th to celebrate Children's Day, we are going to be creating our own Koinobori kite to celebrate Children's Day like they do in Japan on May 5th. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my white paper, and I'm going to start with it side to side like a brick in front of me. Once I have it side to side like a brick in front of me, I'm going to take my bottom and I'm going to fold it up to meet the top. I'm going to line up the edges as best as I can. Does not have to be perfect. And then I'm going to fold it in half like a hot dog. Once I have it folded in half like a hot dog, with my fold down here at the bottom, I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to draw the shape of the Koinobori fish. So I'm going to start over here on the right side of my folded paper with my thick black marker. I'm going to come halfway up the side here. Are you halfway up? Awesome. From here, I'm going to draw a straight line in. That's about as long as my pinky. Once I have my straight line in, I'm going to draw a large curve that goes up towards the top of my folded paper, over, and then down. So once again, I'm coming up towards the top of my paper, coming across, and then curve down. Are y'all there? Awesome. From here, I'm going to draw the tail. My tail is going to come out to the side. It's going to curve in, back out, and then I'm going to stop once I get the curve towards the bottom. From here, I'm going to bring my tail back in until I've met up with my first line, and then I'm going to curve it down to the bottom of the paper. How about a thumbs up once we have this shape of the kite drawn on our paper? Once you have your shape drawn, you can go ahead and put the cap on your marker and put it back where it belongs. The next thing I want to do is I want to cut my fish shape out. When I do this, remember, our paper is folded in half. So I want to cut the front and the back at the same time while I'm cutting on my line. So as I'm cutting on my black line, you'll see that I'm cutting both sides of my folded paper at the same time. So you should be cutting through 2 pieces of paper when you are cutting on your black line. Take your time, keep your car on the road. If you accidentally are not cutting both at the same time, stop, go back, and make sure you have both pieces in between your scissors while you're cutting. Once you are done, you should have your scraps, and you should have your fish shape that's cut out that looks like this when you open it up. We are going to keep our fish closed for now, and we are going to add the details of the fish with our black marker. The first thing we are going to do is right where this curve is, at the end of this straight line, I'm going to draw its eye, which is a large circle with two smaller circles inside. From here, I'm going to start up at the top of the head, and I'm going to do a bumpy line that comes in towards the eye and down towards the bottom of the paper. You want to bring your bumpy line down right off the bottom of your paper. Off of my bumpy line, I'm going to draw a curved line over to where my fin meets my tail. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to curve it up and over right to that corner. Then for more detail, I'm going to add one more curved line right above it for the top fin of our fish. Next, I'm going to add the scales. I'm going to start on my bumpy line here, and I'm going to do more bumps that come down and touch my first bumpy line, and they come the whole way across my fish. I'm going to continue this until I reach my tail. Once I reach the tail, I'm going to stop. Inside of the tail, I'm going to do 5 wavy lines. I'm going to do one in the middle, and then 2 on each side. Now you'll notice my marker is starting to run out of ink a little bit. That's okay. We are going to be coloring our kites with lots of different colors, so you will not even see the black lines. I am now going to flip my fish over to the other side and repeat those steps to do the details on this side. So first I'm going to start with its eye, which is a large circle right behind this straight line under this curve with 2 smaller circles inside. Then I'm going to do the bumpy line from the top of my fish's head down towards the bottom. Once I have added the bumpy line from the top of the fish's head down to the bottom, I am then going to draw the curved line over to this corner for the top fin. I am then going to add the extra line for detail in the top fin. Once my top fin is done, I'm then going to add the extra bumpy lines for the fish's scales. Once I get to the tail, I'm going to stop my bumpy lines, and I'm going to add the 5 wavy lines in the tail. Once I have all of my details drawn, I'm going to grab a crayon, any crayon, and I'm just going to write my name on the inside of my fish so that I know it is mine.